सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै. Namaste everyone. In previous conversation, I used the word happiness, and I decided to talk a little bit about it so we can understand then how to experience it. So, happiness is the true nature of the self, and where from I got it. There was a great yogi from Advaita Vedanta philosophy. His name is Adikuru Shankaracharya, and when he was 9 years old, someone asked him, "Who you really are? What is your existence?" And then he replied in 6 stanzas, those are known as Nirvana Satakam, and he said, Chidananda Rupaha Shivoham Shivoham. I am the pure, blissful awareness. So the bliss is the true nature of the self. How to better understand it, we can take an example. Like there is a question like, does heat exists inside the fire or outside the fire? While this question itself is not correct, because heat is inside and also outside. So we can refine this sentence that fire, wherever the fire is, heat will be there. So heat is nature of the fire. The same way, the happiness is the true nature of the self. Then why we don't experience it easily? Which kind of things those are holding it and not allowing it to experience on the surface level? Then again, we need to take another example, like from the chemistry. In the chemistry, there is a topic metallurgy. Like we take ore from the earth, and there is a certain process. So we take out the particular metal from that, the raw material. And in that process, there is a step which is known as heating system. And we heat that ore on a high temperature like 1000 or 2000 degrees Celsius. And for that thing, we have an equipment which is known as furnaces, FURNCES, furnaces. So the furnaces, basically, it's a huge compartment made with very thick wall, and wall is made of fire proof, or you can say that heat proof, or like insulator, that the bricks. So inside the temperature is 2000 degrees Celsius or maybe more than that, but outside it's not. Outside is normal temperature because people work there. So the same way, the happiness is the true nature of the self, but on the surface level we can't experience because we have created a very thick wall, and because of that wall we can't experience on the surface level. Now a lot of questions will be there, that how this wall is made of, what are the content of this wall, why this wall exists there. So then the many scriptures, they talk about that the hindrances or the veil or the curtain or the wall which is not allow us to experience this happiness. And in the previous the video we discussed that ignorance, because of the ignorance we can't experience the self, means this wall is made of ignorance or erroneous understanding, or in Sanskrit that exact term is avidya. Patanjali Yoga Sutra, that is that most important text or the scripture on yoga, and in second chapter, verse 3, it's written that avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, abhinivesh, these are the five kleshas. Kleshas means primordial cause of pain and misery. And avidya is the mother of all these kleshas. So I don't want to take you too much in this philosophical term. Come to the practical aspect, like how we can understand that on a daily life basis, like what are the things those are creating this big wall and thick wall. Some people have thick, some have thin, and but the wall is there. Then let me simplify it, like what I do and how I uh, take this thing in that my life. No, so another scripture they say there are the six enemies, Shad Ripu, and these are Kama, Krodha, Moha, Lobha, Mad, Matsarya. These are the six enemies, and these six enemies they basically create this wall. So the Kama is intense desire, means an intense demand of any kind of sense. It can be food, it can be power, it can be sex, whatever. So that is the lust. Krodh is anger, which we know very well. Mad, ego. Moha, infatuation. Lobha, greed. And Matsarya, that is jealousy. So if we do little analysis in our own life, we will find these are the six enemies and they create the thick wall. As soon as we nullify these or we dilute these six enemies, we will experience the more happiness in the life. So again, the question is this, like why we have these six enemies. Some people have very strong and intense these enemies. Some have not that much intense, like moderate or like very mild. And there is no need to ask someone whether you're happy or not. We can see through their activity, through their how they deliver the sentences, how they behave, we can understand that person is happy or not. Okay, so why these six enemies are there and how to curb them, which kind of techniques are suggested by various yogis through the scripture. So in the next video we will talk about how to nullify and where from we should start, like step by step. Until then, take a very good care of yourself and be happy.